So I can't not ask, what do you mean when you combine wellness and travel? What do you mean? Like, what are the benefits? I didn't mean to say, what do you mean? What are the
Mhm,
benefits
mhm.
of combining wellness and travel? Because I hear that's something that you do quite well. I think
So
you could
I
tell us a little
do.
bit.
I have so I'm the founder of Lux Vivo Travel. And it again also just like myself, just like you, it's gone through many different phases and iterations. So I love travel. I love to run away, get away. And to a place
Yes.
where nobody knows my name, honey. That's where I want to
Hmm.
go. I love it.
Hmm.
And so when I started to do that a little bit more often, that would have been maybe around 2015, 16, around 2000. I was like, oh, this is wonderful.
Okay.
And so I would just get away, not necessarily targeting anything in specific, but most of the time I found that when I came back, I was a better me, right? I was better able to do my to-do list. I was, a better mommy. I was happier. I was a little more balanced. I didn't yell as much.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so
A little
uh,
reset.
little reset. And
Hmm.
so what I started to do is actually seek out people because I'm really detailed. If anybody knows me, I like your when I travel, I have a whole itinerary. I want to know what I'm doing.
Love it.
But it makes it less stressful for the person who's traveling because they don't have to think about it. Like if I want to go get a massage, I'm getting one. If I don't, then it's fine. I know where I
Hmm.
can go. So
Hmm.
I started to work more for busy professionals, really women, who are very similar to me. So in the age range of 40 and greater, there's a lot of things that kind of push against us being okay. And so being intentional and being able to escape helps you to almost train yourself to do these small things, right? So what I do a lot of times in my wellness travel retreats is I try to help people connect the peace and the calm that they find away from their house, almost in a way where it's automatic. So when they come home, they can almost return to that space
Hmm.
without being next to the beach, right? So if I can
Yeah.
help you understand that when you go to the beach, it's wonderful. You want to have a drink on the beach, wonderful. That's your thing. But listen to the waves, right? Feel the
Hmm.
sand, like feel the
Hmm.
sun. When you do that, I want you to go home. And when
Yeah.
you're stressed with your job or your kids are calling your name or there's another item that pops up, I want you to find a YouTube video that's ocean waves. I want you to
Yeah.
close your eyes. I want you to go outside. I want that sun to hit your and
Mhm.
because your body likes habits,
Yeah.
when it does that, it'll help you train yourself to, okay, I'm going to be calmer, right?
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
just easier to do when you're away from your usual settings. It's easier to
Yeah.
train your mind to do those things so
No
that when you come
distractions, right?
back, you can deploy it, right? And so
Yeah.
I do a lot of meditating. I do a lot of journaling, a lot of spend time in nature. But a lot of those things started to
Mm.
become more important for me when I traveled, and I realized it was the disconnect that
Mm.
that I was loving when I would go. I'm like, oh, I'm running away. No, it's the disconnect. So I
Yeah.
train myself to do the same thing here, and then every now
Mhm.
and then I just go have a little refresher, because you truly
Yeah.
come back a better version of yourself, and we're all looking to be the best versions of ourselves. So
Yes.
that's kind of how I integrate wellness and travel,
Mm.
in the work that I do with Lux Vivo Travel.
I love it. So how do you plan your retreat? So how could someone prepare for an experience as such? Because it sounds amazing.
Yeah. So a couple different ways. There's some new things that I'm doing on my website. We in the next week or so there should be a landing page that'll tell you about all our trips. Like our next one is Aruba. That's in June. We have Turks and Caicos in July, and then Los Cabos in August. We've got a de-stress with Disney in December, and that one's a family one. Now, usually I'm going to tell you we don't want to bring your children, okay? These are adult experiences only for adults. But when we
Yeah.
do our Disney adventures, yes, we
That's
do. That is for you to really try to connect with your family. And we like Disney because they make things easier so you can just enjoy your family and not be stressed out.
yeah, that's
And so
great.
we
Mm.
have those, and you'll be able to like, even if you just want more information about that particular one, you'll be able to attend like a webinar. So I do webinars about once a week. You hop on, I talk to you guys for like 30 minutes, explain to you where we'll stay, what we'll do,
Yeah.
and
Love
then
it.
we go from there. And then over the next month or so, we'll have a lot more showing on that trip page. So if you're not quite ready to do a trip, this year, just keep an eye on our trip page because we'll start having the ones for 2026. Like I know we're doing Belize, we'll do Aruba that year as well. We'll probably do Disney again because it's popular. And then 2027. And this is really important, Sheba. I like to tell people if you have a desire in today, but you're not ready in today to go to a Disney cruise, if you keep an eye on that trip page, you'll have some that'll be 2026, 2027. And that's a
Gotcha.
way to show up intentionally for yourself. Because
Mm.
if you
Love it.
say, I want to go and do this, I'll start working on these small things, doing these small things every
Yeah.
day and working on my health and wellness, but I am important. And maybe I do need a little more maintenance and maybe I do want to get away. Then you can sign up for one of the ones in 2026, 2027. And we
Right.
have it set up very easy. The payment plans are really, really low cost. And then you get to have a really large experience. So that's always an option too. But all of that
Yes.
information is available at luxvivotravel.com.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for sharing. I mean, I really didn't know that such an experience was this close. Okay.
Mhm.
So for anyone who, yes, want to plan those escapes, those getaways,
Mhm.
those times to build themselves or connect with their families, I love it. So
Yeah.
yes, I'm definitely gonna look into it. My children have been asking about